Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be addressing Algorand, aka Algo. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful day out there, or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are out there in this world. As we really kind of look at a few things, one big thing to note is where Algorand was this year. Listen, if you know the ins and outs around Algorand, if you've been doing your research, if you know what Algorand actually is, well, then this year was probably an incredible gift for you because you got to buy Algo at all-time lows, or at least around it, and you still do. This thing is sitting at 13 and roughly almost a half cents. It's building out a nice floor here. It looks as though it's in a bull flag formation. And I do believe that this next big move is going to take us to well beyond 20 plus cents. And I still believe that Algorand is going to be a major winner in this next bull run. Remember, this was a top mover back in 2021. And I still believe that it's going to be in this next bull run. So as we really kind of look at Algorand, we are going to be addressing a few things. We're going to be talking about where Algorand could go. We're going to be talking about a lot of the newest developments that we just recently seen around Algorand as well. And with all of that in mind, let's dive on in. So let's start off with this tweet here from Algo family. So they posted a screenshot of the actual transactional history on Algorand, and we just recently seen this massive spike going back to November 24th. We do see someone's having a good time. Algorand performed double the number of transactions over the past 24 hours that Ethereum did, all at a fraction of a cost with instant finality. Now, if we look at where we are at currently speaking on Algorand, and I have this on the 1 year span going all the way back to roughly December of 2022, one thing is clear to me. Transactions bottomed back on May 22nd. Algorand itself, complete transparency, bottomed out officially back on the 19th of October, and also even around roughly the 11th of September. If we actually look at the transactional demand here, it has been growing tremendously since May. We've had, some ups and downs. If we actually look at the time frames, we have September 11th when we seen the significant lows in terms of transactions, and even in October, on October 2nd, we've seen a significant low as well. But as you guys do see on the 1 year span, we have been building and building and building, and we are at almost 2 million transactions per day right now on Algorand, which is very significant compared to where we were at during the trenches of this year, going back to May, hitting about like roughly almost 2.6 million. So if we look at this, we are starting to build up a little bit in terms of transactional demand. I'm looking forward to seeing us flip some levels on transactional demand and start to see a lot more significant traction like we've seen back in 2021, hitting 10 plus million transactions per day, which was very, very exciting. And remember, right, the overall ecosystem for Algorand is only continuously growing. So as we do start to see that growing, we start to see these accounts on the network growing as well. The transactional demand will only grow from there on out. And remember, just like Hedera, there was a time on Hedera where we weren't doing a lot of transactions, and then all of a sudden, boom, things start to pick up, and all of a sudden we're doing massive amounts of transactions. And I do believe that that's going to be the same with Algorand as well. And by the way, if you guys did go to algoexplore.io, you can actually explore the overall apps, the ecosystem, things like that. You can even look at the top accounts, top statistics, all of that kind of stuff. We have started to see the network awakening. I mean, even on-chain volume, as you guys do see, is starting to wake up. So it's very exciting to see this. I personally think that this is only just the beginning. Transactional demand has dropped off a little bit since that big day on November 25th, but I do believe that we will start to see that growth continue to rise, because again, slow and steady, and then all at once, we start to see the network erupt. But outside of that, we also got a little bit of an insight to some nice regards of what they are focused on at Algo. For example, we're talking about real world application here. So we're excited to kick off the Algo Impact Summit. This event is one of Asia's largest blockchain events of the year. Over the next 2 days, we will share exciting insights and updates that are being shared at the summit. Remember what I've said about these events. They are so damn crucial, especially at this current moment in time, to continue to build the audience, continue to allow the community to see what you are focused on, and really just give a very transparent look into what the team is trying to accomplish. Again, during a bear market, this is so damn crucial, especially in terms of community engagement and growth. And listen closely to what Matthew Keller from the Algorand Foundation had to say in terms of the opening welcoming remarks.
Hello, Ellie. Thank you for coming to the first Impact Summit focused on applying blockchain's capabilities to tackle global challenges from financial exclusion to transparency failures that allow for human rights abuses and environmental destruction to remain unseen. This is a summit focused on some of the world's biggest challenges. And the reason that we're doing this is because we believe deeply, with deep conviction, that blockchain can drive real-world impact in some of the world's most troubled areas. You know, there are 1.7 billion people on this planet who are unbanked, most of whom are women. There are supply chain failures that allow for those human rights abuses, particularly among children in some parts of the world, to remain unseen. And we are talking about getting folks that have been locked out of the system simple and secure access to money and markets, which can create seismic economic ripples.
So there you guys have it. And again, you know, this is what Algorand and a lot of these utility projects within the space are focused on. You know, building out those real world applications that are going to disrupt key significant pieces of everyday life. And Algorand is not shy to this. And also, by the way, in terms of what Algorand is really focused on is sustainability as well. And this is a crucial thing to really address as well, because again, a lot of people look at sustainability and they don't think that's important. But listen, we know from 2021, there was a lot of scrutiny around Bitcoin and Ethereum due to, you know, sustainability approaches. But we see here from November 30th, today, United Nations Development Program partners with Algorand to launch a blockchain academy. This is absolutely huge, and it really does put a spotlight on how serious Algorand actually is as a player in the real world. And we can actually see that UNDP announces a partnership with Algorand Foundation, the organization focused on growing the ecosystem for the world's most advanced, secure, and reliable Layer 1 blockchain, to launch a blockchain academy to provide UNDP staff with knowledge and insights into the applications of blockchain technology. And this is all regarding the alternative finance and low carbon development of this new world of finance that is being designed through, of course, blockchain, DLT, and you name it. So again, very exciting stuff. We also know that UNDP has over 22,000 plus employees in over 170 countries and territories, in addition to staff members at, of course, other UN agencies. And again, this is a huge one because this is the United Nations. So as we really kind of look at this, it seems as though Algorand is also entrenched within the elite system through a lot of these major organizations and connections. The Algorand Blockchain Academy will be instrumental in equipping our team with the tools needed to address complex global challenges using blockchain technology. We are thrilled to be in a position to leverage the credibility and expertise of the Algorand Foundation and key members of their ecosystem in order to upskill, empower, and inspire UN practitioners around the world. And what's crazy about this, what's absolutely crazy about this is, like, think about where Algorand is today. It's sitting at roughly $1 billion in market cap. Imagine where Algorand's going to be in a year from now, or possibly even 2 years from now. Like, that's what's crazy about this. And we can see the focus areas: financial inclusion, exploring the use of blockchain to extend financial services to marginalized communities; supply chain transparency, enhancing transparency in supply chains; combating issues like child labor and promoting sustainable sourcing; real-world asset tokenization, enabling fractional ownership to increase accessibility for a wider variety of investors; digital identity, developing secure and universal digital identity solutions to support social and financial inclusion. We're excited to partner with the UNDP to promote innovation and also technology for the betterment of society. We see this education and tooling initiative as a critical first step towards identifying and delivering actionable on-the-ground use cases of blockchain to help achieve the sustainable development goals in a number of areas. So again, like, this is a huge thing. This is a massive announcement. The beta iteration will commence in Q1 of 2024 and will continue to roll out throughout the year to reach the global staff. So again, 2024, big moment. Big moment for all of this space. Bitcoin ETFs, institutional grade adoption, regulation discussions, things like that. Like, everything happens next year, including, of course, the Bitcoin halving. So it seems as though this market is going to awaken heavily next year, and you need to have your sights set on some of these undervalued gems, like, of course, what Algorand is doing right now. And also outside of this, when you actually look into the UNDP, so again, they already gave us a few insights on who they are, but if we scroll down, we could actually see that this is an organization that is heavily focused on the same exact goals, of course, with what the United Nations is doing. And also, if you look at the executive board and even the partnership, so we're going to go to the executive board first, and then we will go to the actual partnerships. So we can see that they are tied in to all of the major elite organizations. Like I said, you're talking about the UNICEF, you're talking about the UNDP, the UNFPA, the UNOPS as well. These are very large executive boards. So again, pay attention to these names because they have direct connections back to significant boards and significant organizations. And then also, if you scroll down and go to the partners list, so here's where you can actually see a few in-depth viewpoints on what they are trying to achieve here. The 2030 agenda for sustainable development is a crucial thing to look at because that's where we start to see a lot of discussions around tapping into DLT due to sustainability approaches and the efficiencies behind it. And also, if we scroll down, we could actually see international financial institutions. Again, those are the ones that are actually a part of this as well. This is where you start to see the World Bank being tapped in, the African Development Bank, even the Asian Development Bank, and even the Inter-American Development Bank as well. So some pretty large players here. And this is also where you start to see the private sector being tapped in. This is where you start to see private and public collaboration to achieve the overall goals here. I've said it many times, even with XRP. I talk about it every single day with XRP. What we are starting to see is these large elite organizations like the World Bank, the IMF, even the United Nations. They're all tapping in and trying to see which blockchain and what DLT they could utilize for specific needs. Algorand is chosen as well, very similar to XRP, very similar to HBAR and XLM and a few other ones. So as we really kind of look at this, this is crucial to note, especially at a time in the market where we are seeing Algorand extremely undervalued still compared to where it was at back in 2022, back in 2021. And again, when we talk about that, there's only going to be 10 billion Algo. So think about that. At $1, Algorand has a $10 billion market cap. This is also why I've said Algorand could shock everyone by going to $5, $10. Because again, the market cap still makes sense. It's not too crazy. I mean, hell, imagine if Algorand had the same market cap that Dogecoin had at its all-time highs. You're talking about nearly a $10 Algorand just there alone. So think about that. And think about all of the connections back to Algorand. Think about everything that has been happening on Algorand as well. And we're just barely scratching the surface here because there has been a lot of other great developments that I might be talking about in another video very, very soon. So with that being said, if you guys do want to go take advantage of the Black Friday sale for DCENT Wallet, right now you can save up to 40% off. You only have roughly about 2 days left on this. A single pack utilizing my link can save you $50 off. The dual pack, you could save $128 right now. If you guys do want to go take advantage of this sale, you guys are more than welcome to, with links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. Also, if you guys do want to follow me over on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below, you guys are more than welcome to. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.